I'm putting up the arches right now, and there's a couple steps in order to get this thing squared up. And so you can see that I'm using T-nuts to hold the bolts in the back. And the bolts go through from this side, some washers on the front. You go through this piece of wood, and you go through the frame, and the frame is the one that has the T-nuts in it. So what I first did for that is I just put up just the support. So I actually used a clamp to embed these T-nuts so that they were flush, using the hole pattern from this guy right here. And I didn't actually glue these, so in case I wanted to take these off or modify the roof or do something like that, I can do that. But I did glue the arches to this piece. So these are both glued. So once I got these set up, once I got this all squared, then I went ahead and I added my arches and I glued it, and I put 3 stainless steel screws in. I'm using stainless steel on the bolts and on the screws because I like the aesthetic. I like the way they look. But these are zinc T-nuts, and you have to use zinc or some other metal because you have a risk of galling if you put stainless on stainless. So I glued that together, and then I also glued another 3-inch piece in right there. I only have a few screws in the top, but I did glue it, and I might put more stainless steel screws in there. But that's the way the rest of these are going to go. So I have one more right here, and this is going through a joint, which is going to help enforce that joint even more. So then I'm going to put an arch on this side and then an arch on this side. I'm going to do the same thing right here at this joint as well. And then the back, which I think I already did a little video on it, I glued this board, this headboard, which has the same curve to it as the rest of the arches. I glued that to the framing member up there. And then the last thing I'll do is I'll have another arch right on the very end of these. I just put these here so I wouldn't hit my head, because I have. And so that'll be the last piece that goes on. And there'll be some supports in there that look a little bit different than the other arches, but for the most part the idea is going to be the same.